Hi friends, today we're going to break down the plot of a French drama thriller called Irreversible. Alex and Marcus are a married couple who spend time in bed, despite an agreement to meet soon closer to dinner. They receive a call from Pierre, Alex's ex-husband, who is on good terms with his ex-spouse and her new man. He reminds them of a party with friends and promises to come over soon. Not answering the call, the couple is in no hurry to get out of bed and discusses a strange dream. Alex tells that it was as if she was walking down a red corridor, which soon split in two. Marcus doesn't pay much attention to his wife's words, instead suggesting they play a game. The light flirting and dancing comes to an end. When the couple reminisces about their imminent meeting with Pierre, Marcus goes to the store and takes Alex's wallet since he has no money. Before leaving, he kisses his wife and asks her not to think about silly things that have nothing to do with reality. At the same time, his wife tells him about the slight delay, but is sure that they have no reason to panic. As soon as Marcus leaves, she decides to use a pregnancy test and gets a positive result. In the evening, Pierre arrives at the couple's house and the three of them go to a party. In the elevator, the girl tells that she is reading a book in which they advise to trust dreams because they reflect reality. According to Alex, they should be written down and memorized, since sooner or later dreams will become things. Waiting for the train at the nearest station, Pierre does not tire of beckoning Marcus, because he managed to win the most charming and sexy girl in town. Despite the fact that they broke up a few years ago, Pierre still does not understand how he is inferior to Alex's new husband. The girl does not hide that the question is not only in feelings, but also in bed, because Marcus knows how to give pleasure, unlike her ex-husband. Finding himself at a party, the husband does not devote time to his spouse, all the time flirting with other girls. Drunken beauties literally stick to Marcus and he ignores it. He reminds them that Alex is the best girl and he should not pay attention to others. Abused once, Marcus suggests Pierre not to be so boring and annoying. He asks him to have fun with some of the beauties, but Alex's reserved ex-husband isn't interested. Pierre literally keeps his eyes on his ex-wife and hopes to take every opportunity to talk to her or be near her. Alex resents not only Marcus's behavior, but also the use of illegal substances. As a result, the spouses quarrel and the girl decides to go home. Pierre is ready to see her off, but Alex promises to get there herself and call him tomorrow, and also asks him to look after Marcus so that he does not do something stupid. Once outside, Alex tries to hail a cab, but several cars ignore her. An easygoing beauty standing nearby suggests crossing to the other side through the pedestrian underpass because there is no place for girls providing services for money, and therefore none of the drivers stop. Heeding the advice, Alex goes downstairs and finds herself in an empty underpass with red walls and flickering lights, which reminds her of a dream she had that night. Hurrying to get to the other side, the girl notices a couple walking towards her. At one point, the man becomes violent towards the defenseless, easily accessible girl, and Alex stands up for her. Taking advantage of the moment, the easily available girl escapes, and Alex turns out to be a hostage. Angry, the man threatens her with a knife and promises to make her jokers smile. Solitaire mocks the unfortunate girl. He is irritated by literally everything in her, from a good upbringing to an expensive dress, demonstrating her high social status. Not allowing Alex to scream, Solitaire orders her to kneel down and then rolls the girl on the floor of the underground passage, threatening her with a knife and covering her mouth with his hand so that she would not call for help. The man takes Alex by force, having not only traditional desires but also a craving for men. The Solitaire takes dirty advantage of the girl, feeling aggression and anger just because Alex is very beautiful. The maniac brutally beats her and disfigures the girl's face. 15 minutes later, Marcus and Pierre also leave the party and notice a crowd of police officers restricting them from traveling. An officer informs them that a crime has occurred here and the area is cordoned off, as there may be a suspected maniac among the people nearby. Noticing a bloody body, Marcus recognizes his wife in the girl and rushes to her. Alex is in a coma, and it is unknown whether she will be able to survive what happened, as she has numerous injuries and fractures. Maddened by what happened, Marcus freezes on the spot, dreaming of only one thing: to take revenge on the offender of his wife, who was taken away by ambulance. Soon the detective interrogates Marcus and Pierre, but gets no useful information. Local gangsters control the neighborhood and keep it safe, ready to help find and punish the maniac with their own hands. They are able to find the criminal faster than the police for a price, and Marcus agrees to do anything to get revenge. Soon, Marcus, Pierre, and the local gangsters head to one of the quiet alleys where easily available girls congregate. They interview one girl who lost her ID in an underpass. She was the one who could have been victimized in the tunnel, not Alex, but was able to escape. Marcus threatens the girl and demands more details, but it turns out to be a transvestite. Scared for his life, he reveals that the name of the alleged culprit is Solitaire. Afterward, a crowd of easily accessible girls defend the friend and chase the men away. Marcus and Pierre ditch the thugs and leave the scene in a cab. They ask to be taken to a bar for men with non-traditional sexual orientation called Straight Gut. The cab driver does not know such an establishment and suspects that Marcus and Pierre are a couple in love, which annoys Marcus. As a result, he attacks the cab driver. The cab driver tries to kick the customers out and uses self-defense, but ends up shooting a bullet out of his own car. Marcus and Pierre continue to search for the club and argue amidst failing results. Marcus smashes the windshield of a cab and interrogates the company nearby, fearful of being victimized by an inadequate man. They inform him where a club for people with an unconventional orientation is located. Soon Marcus finds the nightclub and interrogates the visitors in an attempt to find Solitaire. Some answer that they have never heard that name, while others claim to be familiar with him but have not seen him tonight. Marcus realizes that he is being tricked and led around, so he continues his interrogation, becoming increasingly aggressive and unpredictable. At one point, one of the visitors says he knows Solitaire and can take him to him, but it all turns out to be a hoax. He is a simple masochist who loves to be beaten and punished. Getting what he wants, he just uses Marcus and offers dirty games. Trying to avenge Alex, Marcus promises to put a bottle in him if he doesn't point out Solitaire, but that's all the club's visitor came here for, so threats don't work. Continuing his search for the maniac, Marcus meets two suspicious men who refuse to give their name and suggests that one of them might be the Solitaire. Marcus clashes with one of them. The opponent proves to be much stronger, so he breaks Marcus's arm. He then tries to take him by force, but Pierre gets into the conflict and hits the maniac in the head with a fire extinguisher. Losing his sanity and mad with anger, Pierre completely breaks the front part of his skull, turning the maniac's head into a bloody scone. All this time, Solitaire was nearby and was a comrade of the now-deceased maniac, but decided not to mention it, so as not to become the next victim. Sometime later, police and ambulance arrive on the scene. As a result of the scuffle, Solitaire's comrade is sent to the morgue, Marcus is taken to the hospital, and Pierre is arrested for the crime. At the same time, two men of questionable appearance who live in a small apartment above the club hear noises and police sirens. They choose to ignore what is happening and discuss their own problems. Butcher confesses to spending several years behind bars because of making love to his own daughter. The other, who has similar manic tendencies, justifies his comrade, believing that the main thing is to get pleasure. A short while later, a pregnant Alex wakes up dozing off on a sunny summer day, surrounded by her children. She is reading a book called The Time Experiment and enjoying the beautiful weather. One gets the impression that all the previous events are just Alex's nightmare dream that could become reality. And this is where the movie ends.